The sort of general sensibility about every facet of this show, whether it's production design or costume or camera angle, is if you think you've gone too far, take another step forward. You can go a little further.
Well, that's exactly what I was thinking. Amen.
Mark Worthington did the pilot. When I saw the pilot and I saw what he had done on location in New York City, I was kind of amazed at his vision.
I'm really,
Typically in a pilot, you don't build sets because they're taking a chance. Pilots are gambling, essentially, for the studios and for the networks. So we had to find all that stuff on location. And there were a number of locations that we cobbled together to create the look of Mode.
What?
And just, you know, the motifs that Mark introduced into the pilot, we carried through into the series, you know, with the circles in the ceiling, the circles in the set. And the way it's designed, you can actually see through from Daniel's office all the way through to the conference room, through all these layers of glass.
The Mode set is just fantastic. It's beautifully designed. There's not a bad angle in the place. We really make an effort to capture the design and the architecture and all the circles and depth and glass and reflections, layers. There's a lot of opportunity for movement in there and seeing people deep in the background and one scene kind of blending into another.
We photographed the people in Mode in a very particular way, with wider lenses, incorporating actors in the environment, in the architecture. We put people in the very center of a very symmetrical frame.
uber clever.
Mode is what everybody remembers about these sets and about the design. But the Suarez house is almost my favorite set because of the feeling it has and how it grounds everything in the series. I mean, the series would be nothing without it.
In Queens, we like to play the sort of clutter of a typical family. So we shoot what we call dirtier frames, frames that have stuff in the foreground, over people's shoulders on other people.
Then stylistically, we clearly wanted it to be very warm, very communal, very inviting, so it had to contrast very strongly from Mode. So we picked very hot colors. Like kind of yellow-orange in the dining room, deep red in the living room, the yellow-green of the kitchen, all very contrasting and bright and sort of active.
I think the dichotomy of Mode versus Suarez Queens is brilliant.
Jack?
So wide in here.
What are you doing here?
It gives you so much room for shaking things up. When you get characters like Mark and Amanda showing up in Queens, it doesn't fit.
Hola.
It's, hola.
No. There's an H in it.
Just like when Hilda first comes to Mode.
Looks like a gay version of Star Trek.
It's hilarious.
One of the other things that we're very, very particular about is costumes.
We have such an incredibly busy show that our workrooms are all over the city. I'll be shopping for Hilda, and all of a sudden, I'll make a right turn and say, oh my God, this will be so perfect for Betty. The fun part of this show is that it's wonderful to be able to get into the high fashion end of things. We have all of our fashionistas that are working in Mode itself.
We're a bunch of unstable, hungry, backstabbing bitches.
And we try to define each person. For Wilhelmina, for example, we clearly try and go a very, very sleek and classic silhouette with her.
2 words, fat boo.
She's always very high-end.
Fabulous.
People thinking I may be only working on Wilhelmina or Betty. It's everybody. It's the simplest little thing. It might be a vest on Justin that sort of becomes the anchor for something.
Word of advice. Be who you are, wear what you want, just learn how to run real fast.
With Mark, we have such an opportunity there to create a wonderful character that can combine an incredible sense of comedy with a sophistication.
Eric Mabius is totally jealous of my fabulous wardrobe.
As far as Mode is concerned, Bradford, he's always very classic and well put together and just looks like $1 million.
What the hell is that?
Amanda gets sent this dress by designer Oswald Lorenzo.
that you can barely fit into, definitely can't walk in, definitely can't breathe, and actually doesn't look very good. But since Oswald Lorenzo sent the dress, Amanda's gonna wear it.
Okay, you can get up now. I'm trying.
The rubber dress was fun. We went to this designer who constructed the Catwoman suit that Michelle Pfeiffer wore in Batman. So we went to him to manufacture these dresses, and when we fit her, it was kind of funny. She really couldn't move in the dress.
I have rubber burns all over my ass, and it took 2 sticks of butter just to get the top off.
The wardrobe department's unbelievable. Eduardo Castro is just, he's incredible. He does these fabulous sketches.
Literally all these drawings that you see are done in minutes to get an idea across.
He gets the palettes going, you know, the color palettes for every character has their own color palette. Alexis is tomato red. Wilhelmina is more neutrals. And Betty's is all over the place.
Killer poncho.
Thanks.
Some of the things that we do with America and her costumes are to make them unique in their quote-unquote ugliness.
Hey, Betty, I love your sweater. Did you make it yourself?
It's about textures and juxtaposition of certain fabrics and colors with her.
Nice bag.
Oh, thank you.
So, Juan Valdez.
Bold, contrasting patterns, brighter colors. You know, she brings a little bit of Queens into mode.
In some ways, she is kind of the anti-fashion statement. It's important to keep her the way she is for a lot of reasons and make people understand that it's okay not to be a stick.
Slimming.
Thanks, Mark.
And it's okay not to be superficial on the outside. So I think that's the point of Betty.